President Obama spoke with wealthy donors this week, and he sure did show his true colors. See, that's when their real thoughts come out, when they speak to wealthy liberal donors. That's his people. You know, the first time that Obama was in the news cycle when he left office was what? Wall Street speeches. I forget exactly how much he got paid, somewhere between $400,000 and $600,000 a pop, but he was giving Wall Street speeches. You want to know why he was giving those Wall Street speeches? Because he had friends on Wall Street. You want to know why he has friends on Wall Street? Because he bailed them out to the tune of $14 trillion. And he didn't prosecute any bankers. So even though at the beginning they were acting like, oh my God, why don't be so hard on us. Oh, you've twisted our arm. In reality, they recognize now after the fact, oh, he kind of let us get away with quite a bit. So he's talking to liberal donors. The truth comes out. And here's what he says about this election and the left. He said, quote, "This is still a country that is less revolutionary than it is interested in improvement. The average American doesn't think we have to completely tear down the system and remake it. Voters, including Democrats, are not driven by the same views that are reflected on certain left-leaning Twitter feeds or the activist wing of our party." And that's not a criticism to the activist wing. Yes, it is. Their job is to poke and prod and text and inspire and motivate, but the candidate's job, whoever that ends up being, is to get elected. I think it is very important to all the candidates who are running at every level to pay some attention to where voters actually are and how they think about their lives. And I don't think we should be deluded into thinking that the resistance to certain approaches to things is simply because voters haven't heard a bold enough proposal. And as soon as they hear a bold enough proposal, that's going to activate them. Because you know what? It turns out people are cautious because they don't have a margin for error. Couldn't be more wrong. Hey, President Obama, Donald Trump is in the White House. You do understand that, right? Donald Trump is in the White House. So when he says, oh, voters are cautious, big bold proposals, big change, he was the hope and change guy. he's like, change. I don't know about all that. The reason why Donald Trump won is precisely because people were not cautious. They were like, oh my God, I will roll the dice on this absolute maniac because he might actually change stuff. I cannot stand the status quo. I cannot bear another standard status quo establishment politician. That's Hillary. So they didn't go with safe. They didn't go with cautious. They didn't go with the devil they know. They went with the devil they don't know because they said, hey, I'm not a politician, entrepreneur background, seems kind of crazy. I'll roll the dice on him. Maybe he'll actually bring the jobs back. Maybe he'll actually change stuff. This is a direct rebuke, whether or not Obama knows it. This is actually a direct rebuke of his 2008 campaign and his 2012 campaign. Because in his 2008 campaign and in his 2012 campaign, he always campaigned far more progressive than he actually governed. He governed like a Bill Clinton centrist, New Democrat, triangulator. But in terms of his actual campaigns, no. He was way to the left of where he was when he was in office. And he would run against the corruption. He ran an ad against Mitt Romney that was so devastating that it was because Mitt Romney invests in a lot of companies, and some of these companies were literally outsourcing jobs as he was on the campaign trail. And so Obama went and spoke to those people and did an ad, where he's on the side of the workers and saying he's against outsourcing, and Mitt Romney's for it. And then the Bain Capital stuff and the 47%, Mitt Romney, 47% doesn't want to work. And so he was way more populist on the campaign trail. And now his argument is, whoa, with all this change. You want to know why, guys? Because now Bernie Sanders makes Obama look silly. Because Obama's whole argument now is, well, listen, I mean, I wanted to change stuff and I couldn't. So the lesson he takes away from his time in office is, I went for too much change too fast. And that's not possible. So he's got nothing but contempt for others who want to try. And by the way, that's not the lesson of his time in office, just so you know. The lesson is not, oh, you were too far left. And then, like, no. The Republicans were against you no matter what you did, period. The establishment Republicans are the worst of the worst. You have to break the will of the establishment Republicans and then also hold your own caucus. Throw around your weight. Force the blue dogs to do what you want to do. When you look at Bernie Sanders, he says, no, I'm going to fight for Medicare for all, and I'm not going to stop till I get it. I'm going to fight for free college. I'm not going to stop till I get it. I'm going to eliminate student loan debt. I'm going to do a living wage. I'm going to legalize marijuana. I'm going to free nonviolent drug offenders. And I'm going to do a Green New Deal. He gives this list of policy proposals that he's really serious about and bringing change to the country. And if, let's say Bernie got just 2 of those implemented. Let's say he gets Medicare for all and a Green New Deal. That alone dwarfs Obama's legacy. Now, there are good things he did, like the Iran deal, for example, wonderful policy. But like that alone would dwarf Obama's legacy. And so he doesn't want to look stupid. He doesn't want to look like, oh my God, I only got 10% of the change I could have gotten. So now he's on a gaslighting tour where he's like, oh, I mean, these guys, the left, the activist wing of a party. He said left-leaning Twitter feeds. There's a non-zero chance that Obama has seen some of our tweets and he don't like it. We had one that just went viral the other day where, and we'll get into it later in the show, but Joe Biden said, 2 administrations, 0 convictions or something like that. And my response was 90% civilian drone death rate. And that thing blew up. I mean, probably one of my biggest tweets ever. And is there a chance that somehow made its way across Obama's feed? I'm sure. It's possible. It's a non-zero chance. Let's say, I don't know what it is, 10%, 15%, whatever it might be. So he might have seen some of our tweets, but definitely seen other left-wing activist tweets, whether it's Our Revolution people or Justice Democrats people or whatever it might be. And he sees this rising insurgent left-wing tide, and he's trying to stand there and say, no, you're going the wrong direction. Be more status quo-like. Be more centrist. But that's actually not the lesson of his presidency. And we know that that's not the way you win, because if it was the way you win, then Hillary would already be president right now. You wouldn't have an Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You wouldn't have an Ilhan Omar. You wouldn't have them. But we do. Everybody said there's no way we'll get any Justice Democrats elected. You know how many we got elected? 7. So, oh yeah, the left is not the way to win. Really? Then why are we doing it? We had no money, no name recognition, no power. We went from 0 people to 7 people in one election cycle. 13 when you include Our Revolution and PCCC and other left-wing groups. And 142 Democratic Socialists at the state and local level. Who are you kidding? Of course the way to win is to go left. Of course the way to win is to have bold policy proposals. It's hilarious to me that this guy, who's not a bad politician, he was a very good politician in terms of getting elected. It's amazing that he doesn't understand that telling people, I'm going to get rid of your student loan debt, is a positive thing. That not only is that good policy, it's good politics. Telling people, oh, nobody should go bankrupt because of medical bills. I'm going to get rid of your medical bills, and I'm going to give you free health care. If you can't sell that notion, you're the dumbest person on the planet. Oh, I think that you're working full-time and you're not making enough money to survive? I want to change that. You should make enough money to survive if you work full-time. Who's going to be like, I disagree with that? Well, we know who's going to do it. It's going to be the establishment Republicans. But even like your average Joe Republicans are going to be like, yeah, no, I think you're right. If they work full-time, they should make enough money to survive. So I don't know what it is with Obama. I don't know if it's all corruption and he's just totally immersed in that sellout culture now. Or I don't know if he actually believes it. There's a chance he actually believes this now. He believes like, no, don't go too far left. This is bad. This won't work. But suffice to say, he's wrong about everything he said there. Every single point is wrong. The way you win is to argue for change, be bold, be aggressive, be specific, be clear, be simple. That's how you win. But somewhere along the way, he lost the plot. And now all he does is gaslight the left flank of the party and bolster the centrists. And I got news for everybody. The status quo politicians, the establishment centrists, the corporatists, they are why we have Trump. They are. So thanks, but no thanks, Obama. Your political era is over. I get it. You still have a high approval rating. That's true. You want to know why? Because you're likable. You're likable. You're a likable person. It's true. But does that translate into every decision you made was good and every idea you have is, above reproach? No. So, sorry, but your time, Hillary's time, Bill Clinton's time, all the status quo standard politicians, tick-tock, time's running out, and we have an insurgent left, and that's a good thing.